220 former MMDCs declare support for Baumier's 2028 candidacy. Na ensem akopie say almost the statement wey Babonton free say womone yewra Canada Japan ko hia no de nipa no bi ka say omako endorse no na almost there be we did not endorse anybody enontino yetena ase no 220 MMDC so mo ya adwuma amana na dodan kwa kufu adomre no enei wo mo se omo ka che wiase nyina se Dr. Mahmoud Baumia efa krata so obetu franka ombeta nachi yentie nsem omo kan no
that the party has announced the election of flag bearer on the 31st of January 2026. We deem it important to let the rank and file of our party know our thinking and our observations as we choose a leader for the 2028 elections. Following extensive consultation with all aspirants and after a thorough assessment of their vision, their competence and commitment to the MPP progress, we are convinced beyond any reasonable doubt that Dr. Mahmoud Baumia is the best candidate to lead the MPP today. This time that the party has announced the election of flag bearer on the 31st of January 2026, we deem it important to let the rank and file of our party know our thinking and our observations as we choose a leader for the 2028 elections. Following extensive consultation with all aspirants and after a thorough assessment of their vision, their competence and commitment to the MPP progress, we are convinced beyond any reasonable doubt that Dr. Mahmoud Baumia is the best candidate to lead the MPP today.
Okay, Enunti eno ena abetoja. Ghana-China trade. We want to encourage as many Chinese manufacturers as possible to consider setting up assembly plants or establishing new entities in Ghana. Julius Debra,
established in Ghana. Solving the distance problem the president has in mind is that we want to encourage as many Chinese manufacturers as possible to possibly consider having assembly plants or having new entities established in Ghana. That way, you're solving the distance problem all the way from China to the market. You get closer to the market where you also be permitted to export to the entire West African zone. There are varied areas where investment opportunities will be encouraged, from petrochemicals to housing, automobile, EVs, tourism, and
also on South China. Amamu say in foodie, MSA insu, Mome Sisi, assembly plant nomne adena meya Jumana Ghana Mebrunya Binye. 2022 trained teachers sleeps at GS headquarters over 10 months on paid salaries. Na eno omoni asoja for police for nya some encounter. We are no nya agro kra ba de sai omoso omonko eno nti hwe eno omaso omokete no omoso omonko na nko kira we are no na police for no say omaka chom say omu leadership betimi aba but omo aka de no obia omoni omu de kasa gidi ko bi ase omoso omonko omada yo Speaker of Parliament
all this one after the other. So our technical committee has been formed just to solve all these problems one after the other. So I want to indulge you to please put all these issues on paper, submit them to me, select 5 leaders, we'll sit down and solve the problem. Thank you very much for coming.
Okay, the Deputy Director General, Ghana Education Service, Amote Sokasano. Yo, Speaker of Parliament, Meban Honomo, I mean, Quahomano so. Now, minute, Dennis Abuaje Miracles. Dennis, good morning.
Good morning,
now, bomb to say. Wow, Unia, Omanhene Yaw Boakye. After that is super power once man or pay. I'll be just some part to the ye. The
best way to defend is to attack is
okay, the best way to defend is to attack. Do the car. Anyway, okay. Here we hear 220 former MMDCs declaring their support for the former flag bearer, the former vice president candidacy for 2028. Has it come as a surprise to Mokamp? And you saw it coming. Mami Musawi Edikai.
Oh, I think surprise there. Yeah, that's a surprise because this party, the party, maybe one party, maybe my baby, any the sort of strategy I say the core into election 2028. And it is very easy for you to hear somebody say, "Oh, I didn't do it." So many. We are some some of the 20 because I will be a CFC really be a like 70 years old come out of the bomb here. MMDC is you know. Each look I am one of them. Came back into office in 2017. 90 to 95% of us were party executives. Constituency executives, regional executives. Some have served for 12, 16 years. Others have served for 8 years, constituency chairman, constituency secretaries, organizers, and forming the group of MMDCs. Okay. Almost a party, because as a matter of fact, almost some regular and about party about power in 2016. So we know establish not a opportunity or more. Almost the party that so meaning acquires the party of the first about power. You will not be surprised that the BSR would easily show their support behind Dr. Mahmoud Babia. I said that here at the other area. Yeah, every morning said, if you know, you make also I will give my conversation even more because former MDC between 2017 to 2024, only about 301. It's near 220 and it's still like 81 here. It's 8 million Mokasaba, almost back home. The enemy is there. I can say, you know, that's it. And Dr. Mahmoud Babia engagement with them. It was quite clear that one friend said, "No more because remember to about one architect." No more, or you guys say, "Was only from the network." And the resource, I'm a political experience, and the kind of now I'm a foreign organizer, and I say I'm from canvassing for votes and money across the country. It's at this point, the more numbers we have as legworks on the ground, you know, the better for Dr. Mahmoud Babia. We are even expecting that hoping in the next few days, you know, 80 billion canocrano. And then the announced the Casaba Mosama Becamo. So we are also going to be a better one. We are a canvassing for a lot more votes for Dr. Babia.
One major issue I call you Chinwasho. Any Nanu Yakra, a member of parliament for Ishaya Sodin and Noakotum. This religion, tribal sentiments are eura politics ma. Me who say kone nimno abato nimuno ebi mu be say no no mo de ba be. How are you handling this issue? Say na Dr. Mahmoud Babia.
Omo say omo ko na me so. Omo so ko ya. Dia sebi time na essential alien graphy. Say we ko complete nyama e woni faso we here onye no kwe e and I'll get to one another. On my side, the community, Christus, in
That's right.
Usha, and I said, we may be a woman culture and say, so a Muslim, so a Christian, so I'm a part of so many of Kotoba, or Sanikada, or say Kotoba and Nipa and a Christian, and I'm a Kotoba and Nipa and a Muslim. Now, what is your big Casada?
There be.
I'm to Christian Polo. And I say, I said, I'm going to be a so I have that. But also, I don't say anything because we need to be a Methodist. It is a Mokotoba, Mr. Mokwa, say, even though we are Christian, and we also a Christian or a Methodist, and a balance of Thomas and Master Obama. But this is also assemblies of God in me. So, for us, I can say, and also for principles in me. I mean, I don't think there's any sense, absolute any sense in that. And yeah, as I said, yes, it's also. So, because I'm not part of your politics, no. And it has never been part of our politics. It's actually a condom administrator we made that concern. Because I really do more. I can hear one. So, Dr. Mahmoud Bami and you're Muslim, you know. Which is quite elections. Oh, honorable Stephen, Amoa, the constituency, I saw. My Siazo, so many between 80 to 90% of the Christians.
No, correct.
The man is saying, and I honorable secretary, we are Christian. Would they a 2 or a down? Which will Dr. Mahmoud Bami in our Quabato. The same people that 2 about. I will not be 2 about or Dr. Mahmoud Bami. Now, Dr. Mahmoud Bami, only a Muslim, you know. We need to know more votes. And we constituency now a Christian community. I say we are Christian. Does it support on all the arguments we're making? On what
Absolutely not.
It's union things like that because a union will be a politics.
Let me ask this finally. This top, bottom up approach is still as a baby nyintiasie nomniade. How are you handling it? Because July 19th, we are told that more constitutional committee, no, the Omanhene amendments, from your camp, the Jitum say Mokasa say you agree, say Yento, Ebimukra say album never on cry is being done. The Omuyena is to favor the candidacy of Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. More kasa ewa bontin say mba twindi pa adwene si ne so no sign na mo kasa kire nkrofo party on this.
Okay, let me use the opportunity to clarify the because I think I also count number. I can be airport in the
Okay.
You need to be a fellow top bottom approach in this election. You need to acquire of us as a strengthening the National Council. Because as I speak with you, the only difference here, a party union and a presidential candidate. That's the only difference.
Okay.
At the bottom, which is the lowest unit, we are referring to them. Your police station executives or whatever only at that level. Is there more at that level? We are there already. You see, so what I say, top bottom of it, not what I say, they can see the bottom of I can see the kind of share. As you are not share, top of them. And I you know, and I didn't need top request. But that is not the case. Any station executives, no, will be on Monday and on Panama. It ends somewhere in the first quarter of 2026.
Ethiopia.
Constituency executives on Panama and it's somewhere in the middle of 2026. National executives, same. If the party needs to take a decision on the presidential candidate because of the unique situation in UNCCR, which organization no ya dey it's a say all party no more we are focus on presidential candidates it's any who feel need to a party for usually meeting labor we on that because we cannot feel meeting on this or also protect the Japan. Another person also feel say we support Diana Champo. Another person also feel say we support Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. So the party people at the grassroots are more focused on mobilizing people and support for their candidates than mobilizing for the party.
Okay.
What it means clearly is that until these presidential candidate election issue, it will be difficult for us to do the party mobilization. International Council in their movement should say, I don't know how no, and I say, then they can have a come. We are suggesting say, all presidential candidates election, which is the one that candidate free. Now, for you to be not concentrating on rebuilding and building our party. That's the also say. I want to be presidential candidate. I want to support a police station executives, elected work coordinators, constituency executives, regional executives, and then national executives, and then other people like patrons and councillors for this area. And here I want about 31st January. By the time I want to that's how to feel now, and that's all why I'm a planner in your NBA.
Okay.
This is all I say. Young Koto police station swabas and Koto presidential candidate. They are saying one of two things. They are saying that young presidential candidate elections in 31st December, 31st January, and quickly. So there are not one natural copy on the police station executives. Mandate in the end. And also the party, National Council say, every because the longer we stay and wait for this presidential candidate elections, the more harm and damage we do to ourselves. If that is the case also here, then who terminate the existing police station constituency election year coordinators mandate simply because you need to make way for another election, which is no due. After 35 million, we are qualified police station executive, qualified election area coordinator, qualified constituency executive, and our trouble. And that is simply what the situation is. There is no rules anywhere that says, and maybe I have trouble any presidential candidates. I see a police station executive first. No, the rule that says that. So I want to presidential candidate elections and make sure that police station executives are better. Are they available? Yes. Do they have an active mandate? Yes. This is also not the first time I do AC. 1996, electoral college for the presidential candidate elections. The same electoral college for 1998 presidential candidates. So it is not a new thing. And it is not a top-bottom approach. That is not the case. It is not a top-bottom approach. Because someone about the trouble, he actually the bottom. Bottom never the trouble. It will become a top-bottom approach. If you are serious, and you are but in case you
that is about Jimmy Rakos. Where does Yanope? Okay. Yeah, Akwaba. Asante Akwaba. I hear there's a group by named Zongo Youth Movement. I almost say New Patriotic Party flag bearer hopeful. Canada, Japan. We no funny campaign Amazongo. Esan say Abrantia na okoyi nanim. Member of Parliament for Nshai, so Dr. Stephen Amwa. Ege ka asem say omonyitum na yenka no krenchre Ghana. No be anyintum say most of the time no Christian will want to vote for a Muslim. And no omubo fupa abra no ne test confusion no enti no omo say omo ma Kennedy kra me campaign with Zongo communities senya Kennedy ne kasai but omo say he's an agent of Kennedy me hu ayibi a stika be pacho say ne kasa no kai no we am fanche no unreservedly he's apologizing for that comment. Abia and in Chiremu went to man Chiremu. It may feel say if he has apologized, it is a human error. It is a human being that is. Let us leave it. That is how I see it. Yeah, mami too. Na me kwa santiu.
Agonta emra me say san komo we ase. Ana me pa honorable Stephen Amoaste ka chew say baby a wadru no. Comment bi sa ene nkomodidi bi sa no ye besre no. Yes, ubetimi aka ubetima sele o candidate a wo penasem e wo kwan bebre so but tribal any religious niema
sentiments
baby a yedru asoman no ya kwatra ho no mo nti be ya politicians no ne stekamo ema ya so enko adidi eno na me ne asante ebu edi nkomo bi na me ka kire ne se Ghana baby e gina sesei no entimi nkoba da se NPP say a Christopher nkoa na ekoto aba ma ya me aba be ame aba abem unya Christopher kakra unya nkremofo kakra unya abosomsomfo ne wanwanfo ne nyina kakra na beka bom amwonya majority na open no na otimi edi o man so because a Christopher o honom no NDC for befa bi afrim CPP for befa bi afrim obi a political party bia befa bi afrim kakra ntunya the other side ne so kakra it is all koso akika sansem oyama ase otan bi ebeto the NPP party ene nkremofo ntemu a ene ne mo forget elections e Ghana ase because ensi da say ye kwa aba na ye say a Christopher nkwa ene bi esi da kontasa obeka ya be was it 2012 say 2016 no 2008 and 2012 elections they do baby nana danko akufo the ekuta 2 regions per Ashanti region and Eastern region and these regions no say o share na no population census ade o
they are more Christians
but and for MPP amabem so nti ye dey ya
but 2016 he won 6 regions
yes
and then about them
yes so emedru baby 2016 akonta na NPP 80 NDC che region bi wo north
northern region
no mo che
even 2020 na 99
yes edru baby na 99 edru baby 88 it ka bibi kire MPP say ejire said that ya ubehia kitten from other regions near other places now they are so it's going for the himself na omo lazy omo boot no it e be sere wo mo say yes ma hu say Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia kan sembi say or say the poor boy esusu betimi ababe president of Ghana said dey ono so ideas ma hu say Twitter dey bi so X said dey page bi bearing the name of Honorable Kennedy Japan which mean verify esusu reply no in a nice way say yes who ideas no one but emra so say yenya people ideas no they can turn it into reality yeah brilliant ade obi ani obi atem adwene ni adwentoatoa
so ideas but me ideas no I'll put it into reality so pe hunu me nsa no adwuma
so but akoye me etani we kristoni we kremoni na we etani nti yanko akoto aba ma ya akonta bacho ba bia yeduru no asoman adwebre stika adwebre na yenko yanim asoman ene oman a ya syase free baby ede ye ababedu baby ene uhwe ne Ghana yede twa amama bi mpo African countries bi mpo the likes of Nigeria ne ade se Ghana yetiminya baby a kremudan si ha na asore esi ha sei na asorefo na ekọ asore a omukọ pake omu cars esi nkremudan no ho na omakọ akwakoso omu nyankopon na nkremufo no so Friday akọ pake omu cars esi asore dan ho na omu akwakoso omu nyankopon ba bia yeduro asoman no yesere omu aso omu afofra a omu ngoro omu gro no e wo soro honum na omu nyae yesoso na yeja yentra ye baabi asundwem din yekoso Iran ne ho ahwan de
Iran so akoto to paye de akọ American military base e wo Qatar omo so akọ ho no omo kan so omo so they will meet them with a force no ma bob baby be miensa e wo Middle East omo di kan akọ Qatar Saudi Arabia a target I think UAE and so United Arab Emirates to almost say send America to a trono ba wo mo ho no wo mo ntumi ntubi nko America de mum de be America na ye wo mo de ano
America man
egu all the military bases no wo mo so be se ho papa
ko tie nyo bia ma ne mpata ntokwa yi ani bia ni ho
oye na be pata
sio
Asante
me de make fa MPP sensem ehu nya ne se anope eye Ken Japan ne Baumia Dr. Baumia sa MMDCs bi ni as a declaration no mo hwe ni you nyoma na kwa ha no masan boy na is there any difference
one coin
say MMDC nyoma bi na ko share branch champion
o say shia de o invite na nipa no beba but as to say oba e odini support amount
na nyoma bi na ko share kan
so omni kan ko didi adano chicken omo we nya ago
na mti ameka say Baumia ane Ken ane Brian omo hwe omo yi
because omo say omakọ Brian omakọ but the omo support man omo fee say all the others omo share omo they have not made any statement or any declaration any endorsement but we the omo endorsement that is their statement
party is share say can say fast animal party you to say open declaration for an aspirant you to
oh as the moment a party know the date of election abeto even though on open nomination the party has made an intent so with that intent you can't tell anybody to stop meeting them
and then meeting no message declaration the party need to say
I don't think the party former MMDCs they are not executives
okay executives
yes
and almost afeni ebe consensus omoto ba ni bi
yeah omuko dey about omo to be
there be say omo consider omo
no omo elections no omo beto aba no ye the
and what is your stake aba no want to be now or declare what
your campaign
oh my mo hwe ne me you
there be one say
declaration akwaye no wo no constituency ne e ho na ya odia chairman for no na omo say wo ho chairman ne omo organizer ne secretary no more powers at the constituency now former MMDC there at the same time any vote
you can have a former MMDC
oh my most of them
you can have a former MMDC who wields power in a constituency even than a constituency chairman I'm telling you and I only mean
enyim sa
so ubetima constituency MMDC bia
yanko sinifi DC ni controller enka DC yowo ye
efija
kwabere no
ya to aba ma no mo so omo mpem makoshi ni fi
so omo kwa ti DC dey
ma santi dey
and we ni eno dey me say me enko ma me we different thing I'm talking about obi a on to aba ibi
ebia ne memo ma to bia
ndi na go say o ma to bi dia fa no want to be a o mu di chepe yi e she constituency man ebufu yi a ebi je 5 times ya say ya sana na anu ana say
a o chomo 5 times
only person to
na wo waje na no say MMDC say more 5,000 constituency chairman wo mu ne kuta to me
ntimi dey make can say omo na da omo no mo campaign yi e na me ade ba kwa me ntia say date of for the election ni na proposal say omo say nantim no mo conference
from on the hand side it looks as if they
it's a done deal
it is done Liberty conference it is done
Anti-media, okay, or mine. If it is done there, and if it also must be done well, so there. I didn't know come on train. Media, meant yes, no. Second 19 with the Glavia, Yakotwaba. No way, no. Ye yan to Musu, Yajatu. Until say no. I didn't imagine to my friend, yes, I call Congress as a dear. Not in Sakai umpire say. And you can train. Yako, ye the days number, and one knock with Jatu. Because they will hear the answer. Neck me bwana omo to me chance delegates no mo kwa no and for that matter I finito you be no be kan wase bia no na de ba kwa na mpanimfo ya na kire madwen kaka okay so what you say yen twen yakogya tum ye a date ye de aba we de nipa ko ba ko proposal neck na ko proposal ama party aspirants agya tum said ye congress agya tum omo ye ho campaign amanfo hye gidigidi e ba sa de na I say yakutu to anu abeche penimu
okay
na me da pandemic Kenya ne say stika be pachew say agokoduro ni ahode na ode pachew no so ba social media no o me nya hu video ni bi on tenase ni on twa na hu video be 2 minutes bi no one you to be say sebe sumya ma adwen okoda adwen ho say ne kasa no abroso nti yemfa ntwa because the mabu ne ka no Muslim mabu ne ka no it makes sense completely now over beto na twene over beto na twene now ba over ba ye campaign what you say nti no omra bonten ene ke Japan somebody said me you should I saw no akra this owning the guy so what you say because
disowning him so they
no politics say asem no kan enya wo no na e de suma no
obetuma ka say bia omfoa na asem no
very good one e de suma no
na oni no kra kasa ama agya to so
aye so diplomatic
we di adwobre
very good na abo ama enya ma to nya say na say mp ko to ba mo awia asem we aba be ye abatos down komo e be how nti no politics some of these comments no because on my head me also a Christian ni me bo in 2000 ono no kofo Christian dey share kofo anwene no in 2004 kofo nye Christian ni one also enye yi most in 2000 one go fa mumuni ana anya ni random
safa Ben Kaiser
agosi say
Martinami du ni olusui
in 2008 one go fa mama Christian ni ena be running meet go for na go fa ba omi a omanusu so that
and 2016 say ba omi ekemuni enso na your mama na be sata ya bisofo enso say
so that dynamism doesn't come in media because it's about the economy,
it's about your policies and the message
and no and some now can how people have the confidence in you say opa
you can do it
and now why you be painting we can give the person a try senate here and a Christosome there me ko jambalo to me ko ye no me ko he isabi mu kemosume ko ma hodo be me no asemi ensampo so we son na say we ye wan
na ya homedia
and na hoto and na Christopher there those no bebrebe and you know some of these things and na na agree me say ni people say people for the minority say ni people be say omo ye ni pe ku ketwa e wo mamini ye so no it doesn't even come Kwame Nkrumah come from Nzema. Nzema, what was their population there in 1950s and 1960s? Yet, because of the leadership skills, Kwame Nkrumah was able to lead Ghana. And son was here, no, Nanya said, me frame.
All right, thank you very much, my gentleman. Yeah, Kofa, yeah, tip of Jumedi, Ade Akye Abia, buy a better one so. About on Sompa me to do me, sir. Any entra.
Sama, Ekoso, our FIFA World Cup, no clubs, sir. Sabre. Omonso etimi Sabre omonso etimi efrimu ewo FIFA Club World Cup ni nyina emba power etena sia or the honsem no enso ebetimi abre mama